Dialga VSTAR has basically unrivaled potential. It has incredibly powerful attacks, with Metal Blast having a limitless damage ceiling, and Star Chronos allowing us to take an extra turn while doing big damage. Last format, we never really had a way to set up consistently. We had Metal Saucer, but that really wasn't fast enough. So now post-rotation, we were trying to use the Magnezone from Astral Radiance to quickly set it up. We were playing 21 energies to hopefully hit those Giga Magnets, establish that Dialga quickly, and we were hoping to set up consistently by using Miraidon EX and using that Tandem Unit ability to set up those Lightning Magnemites, and also having Rotom V is an excellent way to build our hand whilst ending our turn. We have Irida and Adaman to find those Rare Candy and Magnezone pieces, and Avery is one of the most busted cards in this format, and combined with Star Chronos, it is nasty, because we can Avery them down to 3 bench Pokemon, and we can use Star Chronos, take out their active, and then take an extra turn and use Metal Blast, and they only have 2 Pokemon in play, which is crippling for evolving decks. We have 2 Boss Swords and 1 Serena, so we have plenty of ways to gust down our opponent's Pokemon. And the rest of the deck is max consistency. 4 Nest Balls to find all our guys, 3 Ultra Balls to find our Dialga and Magnezone, 3 Rare Candies because we need to get to Magnezone quickly and we want to make sure we draw those Rare Candies, 2 Battle VIP Passes. We don't want them clogging up the deck. We do have Irida to find them when we need them, 1 Heavy Ball because we have some thin Pokemon lines, 1 Energy Recycler because we do have Adaman and Radiant Greninja that discard energies. I don't know why Limitless did not image generate it, but there's 21 Metal Energies, just so we always have plenty in our hand, plenty to Giga Magnet. And I've been very happy with this deck. It's actually been my #1 climb deck for the PTCGL ladder. I've gained, I would say, probably like maybe 400 or 500 points with this deck with very little effort, a lot of pretty sizable win streaks. So I'm really happy with this deck, and I have a very crazy game that you'll want to watch all the way till the very end, so please enjoy the battle. Alright, we're getting into our game here. We're going first, which is awesome. Always just amazing for these evolving decks. And my hand is busted. We have the Dialga to open things up. We have Battle VIP Pass to establish some as the second Dialga, Radiant Greninja. We don't even need to use Miraidon on this game because my hand is so insane. Irida is just icing on the cake to be able to easily find that Rare Candy next turn. I'll find a Dialga and a Radiant Greninja off of this Battle VIP Pass. I'll use this concealed cards to draw a couple more cards. Nothing really of note off of the concealed cards, but I'll bench a Magnemite, bench the Rotom, attach to the active, an instant charge, and I try the instant charge at least, and we'll fill up my hand. Nothing really amazing off that instant charge, but we still have plenty more dig next turn with the concealed cards and Irida. So we'll be looking for an Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, and then also a way to find a Dialga VSTAR. We're up against some sort of Lost Zone box deck. They Battle VIP for a double Comfey, will Nest Ball for a Radiant Greninja. So it looks like they are setting up rather nicely themselves. So this matchup is actually pretty interesting because luckily I didn't have to fill my board up with like Miraidon, Lumineon. Just having Rotom is the only really more fragile multi-prizer because they can go with Moonlight Shuriken, Lost Mine, and even have other ways to one-shot or pressure those 2 prizers on my bench. And then, even though we can take the extra turn with Star Chronos and really put our foot on the gas, they still can catch up because what am I trying to say? Because they can just use single prizes to take multiple prizes. So if you watched my YouTube short a couple days ago, I made a short out of this glitch. My board is shrunk down to 4, and there's no Collapse Stadium down yet. I think there's some really bad lag, because as you'll see momentarily, they will drop the Collapse Stadium. But yeah, it's just a bit weird, and you might notice that my timer was ticking down when I had no gameplay action available. It was just like the animation for the escape rope was just really delayed, which has sometimes led to my turn getting skipped, like you've seen in other YouTube shorts that I've made, but luckily it did not in this particular instance in Irida. I have noticed that it must eat into your action timer, because then if you don't make an action quick enough, it just skips your turn, which is just really frustrating. And if any of you guys have been having that same glitch too, let me know, because I don't know if we made a support ticket or something, we could try to get that fixed. It's a lot. I don't think it's my internet. My internet is pretty good, so I don't really know. It's just TCG Live is kind of a dumpster fire, but it is what it is. We will Adaman for that Magnezone and Rare Candy, Recycler to pump some energies back into the deck, and then I'm going to use that Giga Magnet. We found 3 energies, and we found 4, excellent. So we can take this knockout with the Temporal Rupture. I don't feel super threatened. A Dragonite could ruin my day and one-shot this Dialga. The animation for Giga Magnet is so long. Like, shuffle the deck after that. So we'll Temporal Rupture for the knockout. And next turn we can Irida to find that Ultra Ball and then be able to use Star Chronos and have a big 2-price turn. Of course, if our opponent has a Dragonite V-Star, or Dragonite V, excuse me, we will be in a pretty rough spot. But I definitely think that we can manage. So they promote a Comfey. They didn't have the most explosive first turn. If they would have been able to use a Cramorant to crush or something, like especially if they would hit into a Dialga with Cramorant, I'd feel a bit worse, but I don't really feel too bad. It's not super unrealistic though that they can get to a Dragonite, so that'll obviously be very bad. There's also a Psychic Energy. I always love it when I'm playing as Lost Box. They lost on energies because they kind of. I've definitely noticed as a Lost Box player, you have to be a lot more careful with your energies because, especially like when you are trying to, be able to have energies in deck to play Mirage Gate. You can't hold them in the hand to guru them back into on top of the deck to Mirage Gate. Claws puts them back in the hand. So like the Recyclers are so important. You don't have Rod. So I'm almost one deck I want to try out is like triple Recycler Lost Zone box playing Kyogre, but I haven't got around to making that yet. So I do. Sander had another Galaxy Brain control deck, so that will be in the upcoming days. I just have to get more credits to craft more cards because I've been crafting so many things. I don't have enough credits to craft the last 2 Vs for the deck, and I think tomorrow I'm going to try to have my EUIC decklist video. So this play did not make a whole lot of sense for my opponent. They went for me my Shuriken, which is completely fine, but they put 90 on my Magnezone. And the reason why I say this is not a great play is because Dialga top deck is excellent. Their prize map is taking out 3 2-prizers. So it's just a lot more work to take out a Magnezone and a Greninja. When they were just do 90 ping a Rotom and then clean it up next turn with a Lost Mine, then that's gonna be a lot more useful with that 90 damage. And now it's gonna they put themselves in a place where they're going to have to do a lot more work to. I already have enough energy in the board where I don't need Magnezone to keep accelerating energies. So maybe that play would be I guess viable if my board wasn't quite so established, but it is. So that might come back to bite my opponent. We'll have to wait and see. But I definitely think it would have been more beneficial to place that 90 on the Rotom or another Dialga, because going 2-2-2 is definitely going to be their way of winning, especially if they're playing Dragonite. Being able to do 250 and one-shot a Dialga VSTAR is going to be the way to go. But now we can really start to devastate my opponent with a Star Chronos, take out this Greninja, and just get into my prize cards very early, and I can take 2 this turn. Now my opponent basically has to play a perfect game to end up winning this one, because we'll have 3 prize cards left, and they have to basically take 2 prizes every single turn to have a shot at winning this game. So definitely, I should have probably gone for a Giga Magnus before this Radiant Greninja to thin any energy out of the deck, but we didn't need to draw any energies anyways, so it didn't really matter, I suppose, but still was suboptimal sequencing. I'm just going to put one of these on the Dialga, one of them on the Magnezone, so I have a retreat option, because one way things could start to fall apart is my opponent gusts that Magnezone, and then I can't move it, and they just lost mine all over my bench. So trying to play around some of my opponent's win conditions here. Going down to 3 prizes means that my opponent has to really not miss a beat here the rest of the way out, and so putting 90 on the Rotom would be a lot more beneficial than placing 90 on the Magnezone, because they could just go Lost Mine, kill the Rotom, and even place 2 on the Dialga, where if they had like a Hawlucha or something, they could be able to clean that up with a Dragonite to close out the game. One thing to note though is if they have to use Dragonite to take their last 2 prizes, because if they do that anytime earlier and I can just one-shot it, then that'll be just 2 prizes and win the game for me. So it's a very it's gonna be very tough for my opponent to win this game. They have a Raihan, and I don't know if they've quite 9 in the Lost Zone though. I haven't really been keeping track. My game is not lagging as much now. We are going quite a bit faster. Kind of funny. T2 live is so weird. So they go back into the Rotom, or not Rotom, into the Sableye, but they didn't ping my Rotom, so they can't really do a whole lot with this Sableye. They can place damage, but not have to take any prize cards, so... Ooh, lost winning a Clara is big. So, I don't really know what they can do. They're gonna KO the Magnezone. This is like sort of my point, because this doesn't do anything. You're gonna have to still take 5 prizes in 2 turns. So they're gonna ping up my Dialga, which they put it into Dragonite range, but I don't know what placing the 60 there did exactly, because it still has 230 HP left, and all we need to do is place 30 on to be able to be in Dragonite range. I guess a Forest Seal, or I guess the Greninja play might, or the Magnezone play might be a little more defensible if they have like Sky Seal to one-shot my Dialga VSTAR and take 4 prizes, but then I feel like you'd rather just KO Rotom anyway and take the 2 and then go for Dragonite Sky Seal to take your final 4. I think either way is not the correct maneuver, but it is what it is. So we're going to play a couple of Nest Balls throughout the deck. You definitely see Roxanne and quite a few of these Lost Zone box decks. And we will Metal Blast for the knockout and see what my opponent has cooked up here, because they have to do some big play to stay in this game. Otherwise, we're just going to run away with this one. I guess since they took out my Magnezone, if they KO the active with Dragonite, it might be... I can't respond KO, can I? I'll have 4 energy. I'll only be hitting for 200. Ooh, man, I might have messed this up, actually. Hold up. We might have messed this up. There is a... So they lost on a Forest Seal. It's definitely a sign that they're playing Sky Seal. So, why didn't they put 10 on the... If they would have 10 pinged my Radiant Greninja and, like, saved that Clara back the Sableye and the energy, knocked out my Radiant Greninja, then they can close with Forest Seal Dragonite? I don't know, I don't think my opponent's playing this Lost Zone box deck super optimally, but I mean, this Dragonite is going to be a big pain because it's going to take this knockout on my Dialga, and then, wait, what am I saying? Dialga, when it gets knocked out, will only get 3 prizes with Sky Seal. I apologize. Yeah, so they could have gone Magnezone Rotom for a Sky Seal Dragonite to win this game. Yeah, so they had it all. If they would have just put everything together. I'm also assuming that they play Sky Seal, and I assume they do if they've... I guess if it's Turbo Lost, does Turbo Lost Box play Sky Seal? I guess probably not usually. So maybe I'm in the clear. Because now I lose to Sky Seal. Because I have to mention backup Dialga, I'll attach to the active, and then just I can't use conceal cards. I have to hold this Metal Energy. I'm gonna punch for 200, and though if they have Forest or Sky Seal, I just lose. And if not, I can go attach Dialga knockout. Oh, Kyogre! We can still lose this one. Dang. So, but their deck is still fairly large with 9 cards left in deck. Will they be able to get down to 0 with... There's a Colress. That's definitely a start for them, but they have no Radiant Greninja in play, and they can't play Colress and Clara in the same turn. So they lost in a Colress and a VIP. They're down to 4 cards. Need to have 4 energies left in deck to be able to close this game. Oh, of course, also, if they have Sky Seal, everything's over. There's another Mirage Gate. Do they have any energies to thin out? Nope. Oh, actually, never mind. They have 1. The 3 cards left in deck still need like a flower selecting or something to really start to feel a little more comfortable about things. You're retreat back into Kyogre though, so no flower selecting. There's still 3 cards left in deck. That might save, as long as there's not 4 energies in there. We win. They bench a Cram. Come on. Attach an energy. Don't do me this way, opponent. Just slam it down. There's an Aqua Storm. Thank goodness. They only had 2 energy left in deck, so very nerve-wracking game, but we can just Lumineon for Serena, Boss's Orders, Gust the Dragonite, and close at this game. I thought I was like in complete control of this game, then it started to slip away there at the end, but my opponent came up just short, so very, very back and forth game. I felt like I was just in control, but turned out to be a lot closer than I anticipated. So we can just Luminous Sign for the boss's orders and Gust of that Dragonite and close out this game. I think my opponent probably could have played it a bit better with that Radiant Greninja, with the Sableye maybe taking out the Rotom instead of the Magnezone, but it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for making it this far in the video, and if you enjoy this kind of content, I would very much appreciate it if you'd subscribe and like this video. I'm going to hopefully have my EUIC deck list thoughts reaction tomorrow, if not on Wednesday. And I just appreciate all you guys for sticking with me throughout my inconsistent uploads. Hopefully by next Monday, I'm uploading a daily again. But stay tuned on my community tab. Any future updates will go there. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching all the way through the end of the video. And it's been all Blitz. I'll catch you in the next one.